Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tea, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest edition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Morgan Parker. Hello, Morgan.
Hello.
So you are here to talk about Bridge the Gap, which is, actually, you're here from Quincy Medical Group Foundation.
Yep.
Non-for-profit.
Yep.
Okay. And Bridge the Gap has been something that's been going on for quite some time. This year is a very special year, right?
Yes, it is. 25 years.
25 years. So the community, we're celebrating bicentennial. Yeah. This is 25th year for Bridge the Gap. Big year all the way around.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me a little bit of information. I'm sure everyone who has been awake in Quincy and our surrounding community knows about Bridge the Gap, but give me a little backstory. Give me a little information.
Yeah, so we're super excited celebrating 25 years of impacting the community. A lot of people come out and want to participate in the race, but it's more than a race. It's actually a fundraiser.
Okay.
And so some people may not know that or realize that. And so we raise $1 and we actually support a non-for-profit in the community who needs us. And this year's proceeds, a portion will go to Horizons.
Great.
And so we're going to try and help them purchase an industrial grade truck.
Okay.
So they can rescue food and be able to help people in the community and transport it to other locations. So acting as a hub to other rural communities who need food.
Interesting.
And so if we can support, raise enough money to fully purchase the industrial grade truck, we want to be able to do that. And then through the foundation, we can also support non-for-profits through our grant cycle.
Love it.
So, yeah.
So great cause, also a great time. So we were talking before we got started, it's for everyone.
Yes.
Bridge the Gap is for everyone. So it is Bridge the Gap to help, but even if you're, someone like me who's not an avid runner or, super athletic to say the least, you can still participate.
Yes.
Or if you are a hardcore runner and you want to get out there and win,
Yep.
it's for you as well, right?
Yes, we have awards. We have a 5K run walk. There's a 10K and a half marathon. And of course, we cannot forget the kids' fun run.
Right.
And so it's for the whole entire family.
Yes.
To come out.
Love it. And when is it happening? Thankfully not, during this kind of weather, but...
Yes. Yes, it's Saturday, May 10th.
Okay.
In Adams Park.
Okay.
I think a lot of our participants will be excited because the race route this year is going back down Main Street.
Cool.
So being a historical year, we want to kind of pull that back through on the race course. And so down Main Street, beautiful.
Excellent.
Cross the bridges, of course.
Yes, love it. And then if people want to get registered, are you accepting registrations now?
Registration is open.
Okay.
I would not wait because we'll have a price increase in March. So go ahead and get registered. You can do so at bridgethegaptohealth.com, or you can follow us on our Facebook page and register at Bridge the Gap to Health Race.
Okay, now if you do have late arrivers, can you register day of?
Yes,
okay.
You can. That's beautiful that you can do that down in the park early in the morning before the race starts. You can register last minute. That's not a problem. I will say there's one thing new this year. We're actually going to have the half marathon released at 7:30.
Okay.
And then the 5K and the 10K will be released at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So that is one change for this year. We're going to get the half marathon on course and ready to go.
Love it. So if runners want to be there, so if you're registered ahead of time, you want them to be there just a few minutes early, right before the race starts, depending on what race they're doing. And if you're registering day of, probably half an hour early-ish?
Yeah,
you want to make sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not a real stressful, situation. You just get out there, get registered, show up day of, have some fun, give back to your community, help Horizons, help QMG Foundation, support our community through these amazing resources, and also an amazing time. Bridge the Gap to Health. Love it. Morgan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, I sit down with Dave Oakley and we talk about Black History Month and how we're going to celebrate. Stay tuned.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
And welcome back. Joining me now, David Oakley, board member of the what used to be Dr. Richard Eells House, but it's now the Underground Railroad of Quincy Museum. Is that correct?
That's it.
I can't believe I got that right. Okay.
That's
so
right. So
it is, if you know anything about the Dr. Richard Eells House, or now the museum, it's one of the oldest landmarks in Quincy, is that right?
it is. So
yeah.
it's the oldest brick residence in Quincy, Illinois. It was the second brick residence ever built in Quincy, and it's the oldest surviving. It was built in 1835.
Right.
And you know, it's funny. I remember working at the Herald Whig back in the 80s, and parking was such a big issue. And I heard that they were going to tear down this old house to make parking, and I was completely thrilled.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people started saying, well, you know, that's kind of an important house there.
Kind of.
And it ends up being that Dr. Eells was a major person in the abolitionist movement.
Yes.
You know, we consider him the first stop on the Underground Railroad.
Right.
At least the Quincy branch. And so that's really important. So I'm glad we kept it. And I'm glad we found our parking elsewhere.
Yes, absolutely. And now, of course, there's a whole organization to keep this house and its history and Dr. Eells' involvement in the, right, slavery abolishment. The history is there. There's a group there to help sustain it.
Yep.
And we're celebrating Black History Month with, it's kind of like a 3-part celebration, I think. So we're celebrating Les Fonza, right, who's a mainstay in our community.
Absolutely, a legend in Quincy music
100%.
Scene, so.
Yes, and then also the home itself and the organization, the board that keeps it kind of, the heartbeat of it.
Right.
And then Dr. Richard Eells' involvement in, the history of the home in Black history, because that's what we're celebrating.
Exactly.
Right?
So, when we, the organization, renovated the house. So we renovated it, put a lot of money into it. Dr. Eells' role in helping a slave from across the river to an attempt to get to freedom.
Right.
And he ultimately got caught doing that.
Right.
He got fined by Stephen Douglas. The case went to the state Illinois State Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court.
Right.
So it became a great big thing in both, not just national history, but local history and state and national. And we've recognized that story, but the organization has gone on to, is evolved to say, well, what's really important in addition to Dr. Eells, as we celebrate Black history, there were a lot of people historically that we've tried to recognize over the years. We think of it is kind of a hall of fame. We haven't officially recognized it, but Billy Dallas was the first Black police officer in Quincy. He was killed in the line of duty. He's kind of a hero. Barryman Barnett was a fellow who helped Charlie, the slave, find Dr. Eells. George Eells, Colonel George Eells has been a history. And then we also try to recognize more contemporary leaders and heroes in the Quincy area. And, Dick Thompson, and I remember him because he was administrator at Quincy High and a great sports star in Quincy. Carrie Anders, who also had a great public educator and a great man. And, Met Morris is a local storyteller, musician, and she has been remembered for her portrayal of Augustus Tolton's mom.
Okay.
And so we've recognized her in the past. So what we try to do is recognize those people in Black history that have made a difference historically, but then people who are making, a difference now.
Making moves in Quincy,
so that,
right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what led us to, Les Fonza.
Couldn't find a better one, I don't think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's been great for public education and music, and he's wonderful on the music scene. And so we're going to have an open house. It's on Sunday, February 23rd, 1 to 4 p.m. And the nature of the open house, it is an open house from 1 to 4, but generally we, have a song led by Met, but then we give Les the floor, and he can kind of say whatever he wants to say, what he's happy about, or he may say a word or two, and then we may have some more spirituals led by Met Morris as well.
Okay.
So if you get to the beginning, it is an open house, and then people can kind of look at the house afterwards.
Sure.
We'll have food, but it's trying to recognize people, and I think Les will be great.
Absolutely.
And so it should be a fun open house. It's one of the I love it. And this is just an aside. There's a lot of divisiveness in the world. You don't have to look too far. But I find this is a wonderful opportunity where, Black history and the Black community can, get together with the community. And I don't want to say it's just white and black, but we can celebrate this together.
Absolutely.
And I kind of like doing that together, and that pulls me towards the organization, because it's a way we can look at what we've done well as opposed to all the divisive things that are out there. So
celebrate the good stuff.
Exactly.
I agree 100%, and I've said for a long time, everything that's going on nationally and in the bigger picture doesn't always have to affect us here.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is our neighborhood, this is our community, these are our people. Black, white, purple, yellow. These are our people. We want to celebrate all of us. But in February, it's Black History Month. So yes, we need to celebrate the movers and shakers in our community who are making differences, who have in the past. And this is a perfect way to do it. And in the same token, you get to see the Richard Eells home.
Right.
You get to hear Les speak, and then you get to experience things that have been a foundation of our community, and how we can carry some of that forward, and then also support the organization that's helping pull all this together.
Right.
So,
right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's great stuff. I applaud everyone who's involved in doing it, and thank you for coming on and telling us a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time,
absolutely.
and that's just great. So
this
thank
is a
you.
free event, though, right?
It is a free event. We certainly love donations. That's what makes the world go round.
Right.
It's an old house.
Yeah.
If you have an old house, you probably know it takes some
cheap.
money.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is a free event, and it's meant to celebrate Black history. Let people kind of take a look at the house, and the public's welcome. It's not a huge house, but we're if you were available, swing on by.
Absolutely. Yeah, February 23rd, 1 to 4, right?
That's it.
All right, there we go. The Dr. Richard Eells House in Quincy. If you need more information, you can probably reach out to the board. You can reach out to Muddy River. I'm sure there's a Facebook page dedicated to it, right?
It's QuincyUndergroundMuseum.org, I think. But if you Google
you'll find it.
You'll see it, and that's us. And
plenty of information out there about all the events.
We've got it.
Love
so thank you for
so much.
Spreading the word for us.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Oakley. It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you, Ashley.
All right, absolutely. Coming up next, special guest, D.O.B. with the BBB, coming up to talk about Valentine's Day scams. Stay tuned.
Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and it feels so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. We're gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's champagne night. But feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
And welcome back. A special third guest today. You lucky son of a gun, you. Or maybe I'm the lucky one. Maybe. D.O.B. with the BBB, and here to talk about Valentine's Day. I wore my red this time. Okay?
And I got my blue.
Yeah, whatever. So love is in the air, but so are scams.
Yes.
And scams are everywhere, and flowers are no exception, which you would think that would be a really hard thing to scam.
Isn't it amazing? But
Crazy.
yes, it is. So,
Yeah.
And this is only for online. If your hubs goes and buys you flowers and brings them to you, obviously
You better
feel
shop
those.
local.
Yes, you got to shop local
Yes,
for that.
100%.
So this is for folks, and we see this, sometimes with Mother's Day, or we see Mother's Day is, by the way, the #1 flower day.
Yeah. Interesting. Well,
Valentine's
I
Day is
buy that.
#2.
Okay.
Over 250 million roses are going to be produced this year for Valentine's Day.
Wild.
Yeah. So, but you might not be close to that. Maybe your mother just moved to Florida
Yeah.
and you don't know you just look up, florists near Miami, Florida.
Right.
And we've talked about that because we're very lazy when we go online and Google. And we'll just hit the first thing. And a lot of times the scammers will buy those sponsored ads.
Yeah.
And what we hear from people is that they contact these online florists who purport to be in a place, but they're not there. And they take money and they never deliver the product. Or if they deliver the product, it's the flowers are wilted and they're not any good.
God, what a Valentine's Day treat that would be.
Yeah. So and we get a lot of complaints about this.
Yeah.
We actually had a person from Quincy about 3 years ago report this to me that they had on the East Coast. They had a relative lived out in I think it was the Boston area, and they came across one of these scam sites.
Yeah.
And they took their money and the flowers were never delivered. So
And they're not cheap. I mean,
no.
they're so expensive.
No, not at all.
So unfortunate.
We just want to make sure that if you are going to, as with anything we buy online,
Sure.
if you're going to buy, verify that the business is there, verify that they're local to the area you're going to be at. Some things, a freshness guarantee is a legitimate flower shop is going to say, okay, you order flower from us, we're going to get that to your person. They're going to be fresh.
Right.
Look into that. Know their policies before you buy. Is there a refund available? In these scam ones, they're probably not going to refund you because the businesses don't operate anyway. They put together these websites, put them up there, they collect money and never give anything out.
Yeah.
So no delivery plans, things of that nature. It's just something. It's kind of a weird one because, like you said, why would anybody scam on that? But we also see this. Valentine's Day is one thing. We've had people that have reported they've bought floral arrangements or things for funerals.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to be, if you have.
So I've done that before.
Yeah. And from distance.
Yeah.
It's not someone here in the Quincy or the Tri-States. Right. So, we've had people say, oh, hey, I sent you that floral arrangement. Did you get it? And no, we didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So
do you think it's different? I know you mentioned we can be kind of lazy, which is so true, going online. Now, if you find this shop online, does it make a difference if you call?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Call. Those are a couple things where you can
I've done
easily
in the
call.
past.
Yeah, you call them. You look up their address through Google Maps. You can visit that business without even having left your home.
Sure.
So those are a couple things you can do to protect yourself. Obviously, payment is big. In these instances where some of these virtual florists will only take those those electronic forms of payment.
Sure, yeah.
You always want to pay credit cards, so that way you can do the chargeback.
Yep.
But again, it's just something that, we do see some complaint activity at bbb.org about this, and it is the season for buying people flowers, so we just want to make sure that we got it out to people that, we talked about romance scammers last week. Now we're talking about something that could affect anybody when they go try to buy flowers online.
Dang it, they are everywhere. And locally, there are plenty of places to shop locally. No need to go online unless you're looking for the nearest address of your nearest florist here in Quincy. We have a ton of them. And one thing that I've had the pleasure of receiving, Forever Roses. So very, very cool. Check them out. They stick around for a long time.
Another floral type scam that we see sometimes, and we've had reports of, I did actually a release, there's a business out of St. Louis that would take your bouquet from your wedding, and they would encase it, preserve it, yes. And believe it or not, we had a business that was taking the flowers,
No.
taking the money, and then not doing the
Them spiting
work.
words there. If somebody
Right?
took my wedding flowers, oh boy. Well, yeah. So
Yes. So there's a scam for everything.
everything. There are no exceptions. Everyone can be a victim, but help yourself by going to BBB, right? The website.
Better Business, BBB.org.
Yep, BBB.org. Check the scam tracker in your area, but also just beware when you're buying online anywhere or receiving text or receiving messages, or they're everywhere. So buyer beware.
Thanks for letting me hit third today.
Hey, you know what? Third is, I feel like, number 3. That's the best. That's the
for
best
last.
place. There you go. Love it. Don O'Brien, thank you so much. Appreciate it. If I don't see you before, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Spoil your lovely wife, would you?
I certainly will.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. And before we go, here's Emma Dalkey. She's going to announce the Emerald City Jeweler contest winner.
Hey everyone, it's Emma Dalkey. I'm here at Emerald City Jewelers, and we are going to draw the name of the lucky winner who is going to win 2 $200 gift cards. So, are we ready to draw?
We're ready to draw.
We can read the name and explain a little bit about what's going on.
I have Monica Mast.
Congratulations, Monica. You get 2 $200 gift cards to Emerald City Jewelers. One for yourself, maybe one for a friend or a partner. And you can't use them in the same transaction, but come here and they'll get you sorted out. And there's a lot of good stuff here, so I'm a little jealous of you.
Thanks so much, Emma. We'll see you all tomorrow for Club Buddy.